Hey, my name is April, and I'm the Peaceful Wife. I would like to talk about advanced self-control skills. You're going to need God's Spirit to really help you get this stuff down, but we also have to practice and work at it. This does not come naturally to us, and it may help to have some examples. So we are going to talk about tone of voice, word choices, and facial expressions. You have so much control and power over your marriage with these three things that you may not realize, and you may be communicating messages that you don't intend to with your tone of voice, your word choices, and your facial expressions. So let's talk about how to maximize the benefit and how to bless your family with these things. Okay, and this is going to apply to children and husband. It's very, very easy and natural to have a harsh, impatient, angry, scolding, hateful tone of voice. And that sounds really disrespectful. And it's very easy to make choices with our words that sound very blaming and scolding. And it's very easy to have an angry, scowling facial expression on our face. Well, that is not how we're going to motivate our husband, and really, it won't motivate our children that much either. So we're going to talk about some ways to not use these things, and then talk about some healthy choices. So for instance, with our kids, it is easy to say things like, "I said get out of the shower now," or "Go do your homework right now." Notice my tone of voice. Notice my words and my expression on my face. Not very pleasant, not very fun to be around, not someone you want to cuddle up to, right? With kids, controlling your tone of voice can make a really big impact. You can say, "It's time to get out of the shower, honey." See the difference in the tone of voice. Or, "Please go sit and do your homework, thanks." So now when I ask my kids to do stuff, I say, "Okay, can you please go get your shoes and put them away? Thanks." And see what a difference that is. Then go clean up your shoes. Just my tone of voice, keeping it calm and positive and not angry sounding, and keeping my facial expressions pleasant makes a huge difference. And if I start to get really frustrated, and I have to admit I get more easily frustrated with my kids than I do with my husband, then sometimes I will sing or whisper, "I said go put your clothes away, please." Or, "I said go put your clothes away." And then they'll start singing, and then they usually do what I ask them to do. With your husband, that tone of voice, the word choices, and the facial expression is so huge. I cannot overestimate and overemphasize how important this concept is. With your husband, you might say something like, "Get in here and help me right now." That would be, of course, the disrespectful way. Or you could say, in a respectful tone of voice, "Honey, I need some help, please." And I think you're going to get a better response most of the time. Disrespectful, angry tone of voice, you can say, "I want you to fix this right now. Come in here now." Okay, that's not going to get you what you want. You can say, "Sweetheart, do you have a minute? The washing machine is leaking some water. What do you think I should do?" Or, "Would you please look at the toilet or the air conditioning? Or do you have a second to look at this?" You're going to probably get a much more positive response from your husband when your tone of voice and expression and choices are pleasant. A lot of wives, and I used to do this too, say things like, "You never spend time with me. You obviously don't love me at all. You don't care about me." That is very blaming and negative. Much better approach is going to be, I miss you. I feel kind of lonely. Do you have a few minutes to hold me? Can I talk to you for about 10 minutes sometime? You're going to get a better response. But keep in mind that anytime you ask a grown adult to do something, they have the right to say yes or no. You can't make them do something, and if you try to do that, you are being controlling, and your husband is right to resist you if you are being controlling. And in fact, it's the sign of a good leader who will not allow himself to be manipulated. It's actually a blessing to have a man with a backbone who doesn't cave in to everything you want him to do. And I have heard it said, and I wish I knew the source of the quote, but that the only thing worse than a man you can't control is a man you can control. Let's focus on controlling ourselves, not our husbands. Let's watch our tone of voice. Let's watch our word choices and our facial expressions, and let's be plugged into God and see what a huge difference this makes when we apply it every single day in our marriages.